Hi, welcome to SBR TV. I'm Peter Loshak. This is our weekly call that we do every week with Doc, the headlinesman at Legend Sportsbook, where we recap the weekend's action in the betting action in football. Today we're going to take a look back at NFL Week 8, college football Week 9, and we will also ask Doc how World Series betting went. Doc, thanks so much again.
It's always a pleasure, Peter. Thanks.
All right, so this year has not been a good year for the books, but looking over the games in college football and in NFL, I'm thinking this weekend was probably pretty good overall.
I would say that's a fair assessment.
Okay. All right, great. So let's talk about college football leading up to Saturday. Houston, of course, did get the big cover, and that game went over. Was that game bad for you?
Yeah, that was bad. The first half, them covering the first half was just a nightmare. But, that was just one game. Last Monday night was real good with the Jacksonville game. So
heading into Saturday was all right. And then looking at some of these college games, Minnesota beating Iowa outright, that had to have been pretty good. Ohio State beating Wisconsin outright, I'm assuming that was good. Missouri beat Texas A&M outright. Were those all great games for you?
Those are all good, yeah. Obviously, Wisconsin losing was the biggest one. Actually, Nebraska covering was huge, too. I mean, the public just loved Michigan State. And,
really?
And the biggest game actually was Georgia Tech.
Huh. Okay.
Even though the line went down, the sharps were on Georgia Tech, but sometimes you just got to let them load up, and that was a really good game for us. If we would have won the SC game, it would have been a complete sweep almost of the major games, but that falling 8 was pretty bad, but it didn't damper too much, but it still stung a little bit.
That's pretty interesting because the Michigan State-Nebraska game, as soon as that line came out, a bunch of people on SBR Forum posted that, Nebraska was a great bet, the best bet on the card, this and that, but you're saying you got a lot of Michigan State action. Was that public action or sharp action?
I agree. Nebraska, I had 4.5, early. There are a lot of 4s out there, and pretty much just leveled off on game day. It's just one of those things that, you got some Nebraska, but it just, you kept getting more dog money, so it's just, you just let them keep piling in.
Oklahoma and Oklahoma State both won and covered again. What were those bad games?
The amazing part was I actually needed Oklahoma. Oklahoma State stunk. They do every week, but I actually needed Oklahoma. A lot of K-State money out there, so that was actually very beneficial.
So Stanford got a triple overtime, kind of a backdoor favorite cover there, so that was bad for you, huh?
I'm sick. I went to bed. It was was up by 7. I don't even know what was going on. I was so happy after the day, and I woke up to see that score. I'm like, you got to be kidding. At least fall just 7, but I know they got to go up to 2 after a certain amount after 3 possessions. But it's like, good Lord.
But so overall, college was a winning day then.
Oh, real good day, yeah.
Yeah, real good day. And then the NFL, a bunch of the teasers I can see, a bunch of the 10-point teasers covered. But there were the St. Louis beating New Orleans outright. That had to have been huge, right?
Yeah, that took care of a lot of the third and fourth legs of the 12 and a half, 13 pointers, whatever you deal and stuff. Well, yeah, the 10 pointers got there, but overall it was a very good day. You ate it pretty good on Detroit, but you got it back in New England, so that was about a wash. San Francisco falling 10 or winning by 10 wasn't good because a few people had the dog bought up and stuff. So, but you got to take a few of those games. Overall, it was a good day. Minnesota was actually good for us. Houston fell 10, no good. We actually needed Tennessee a little bit. That was okay. Arizona, we needed. That was okay. It wasn't bad overall.
Were there any sharp sides that caught your eye? Any sides the sharps favored overwhelmingly?
Indianapolis was their biggest game. They got torched in that one.
Really?
So,
wow.
That was the one game they were firing up pretty good. Every time I went to 8, boom, guy was there. 5 minutes. Every time I went to 8, so just you can get all you wanted, but I didn't want that much. But
right.
That was about it though. There wasn't much anything else going on.
The Sunday night game, Philly got an easy cover. The game went under. Was that a good result?
Yeah, it was okay. There was a lot. I had more Philly money, but the teasers worked out good. If you beat the teasers, you're going to make money no matter who you need in the side.
Right.
So that worked out okay.
So overall, it was a pretty good weekend and week in football for you, huh?
Yeah, very pleased finally.
All right. Thank God. I'm real happy for you, Doc. Congratulations, man. You deserve it.
Yeah, right. Well, you got to it helps cut down on the alcohol intake too.
Right.
So.
Right. All right. So then let's quickly talk about the World Series. There was one guy who asked me specifically about the World Series, suspecting that you got hit hard by St. Louis bets and that St. Louis winning was not a great result for you, especially because of futures bets. Is that true? How'd the World Series go for you?
Start of the year, I can't remember what they were, like 15-1 or something. We didn't have that much. The start of the year, we basically need to get rid of Boston and Philly. We got rid of both of them, but people did fall. people do love Carpenter, so we lost the game. But the actual series, we actually needed St. Louis to beat Texas. So I would call
really?
the whole World Series a small winner for us overall.
Okay.
Nothing big, but not bad.
And then let's get to the questions that people have been asking and wanted. They've been wanting these questions answered with bated breath over the past 2 weeks, and it's been about you talk a lot about the scalps that you offer against Pinnacle, but some of these people say that they just looking on Legends that they don't see those scalps. Do those scalps exist on Legends? Is that what you're talking about? Like when you go against Pinnacle?
Yeah, the post up. I mean, you can go to Don Best Archives, specifically that 1 week I was talking about where Wisconsin was favored by 40 at Indiana, and all those other big spread games. They had Oklahoma was 38 over Kansas. I'm trying to remember. Oklahoma State was playing at Texas. You know, the screen's got 7. I've got 8.5. If that ain't a scalp, I don't know what is.
Right.
I got 39 on Wisconsin. The screen's got 37. Alabama was 28.5. I had 28.5. Screen had 27. LSU, I had 17.5 at Tennessee. Screen had 16.5. I mean, the games are right there on Down Best. So.
Okay. I think the poster Dorito is going to have some sarcastic stuff to say about that answer. But all right, yeah. So you're talking about when you talk about that you go against Pinnacle, you're talking about on Legends.
The reason I go, I'm not really going against Pinnacle per se, but like I said, it's been a rough year as far as them fading. You know, these good teams, Wisconsin, Stanford, Oklahoma State. You know, they have the lowest line every week, and they can't be doing well. But overall, they're still by far the best sports book in the world. I'm not saying they aren't. But, you know, some guy like me has bet nickels and dimes trying to lose is up 50,000. That's not a good sign.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, and I don't want to win. I want to lose off defense bets. So like I said, it's like I said, this weekend cured a lot of ills. So.
Yeah, thank God. All right, so then people are just talking about, people have questions about, you know, the credit accounts because they know that, like, you know, at Legends, at the post-up side of Legends, there's, you know, the limits are low, and so people are wondering where you see this sharp action, and they're curious about the credit accounts that you handle in other places. You have anything you can tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. Credit. I mean, there's a lot of agents that have player packages. Let's just say, give you a rough estimate, 100 to 150 guys. They might have one or two Walters movers in that package. They might have a few Raz guys in that package. You know, the guys bet. You let the agent know. The guy says, "Well, I got to keep for this reason, X, Y, you know, whatever it is. He's friends with this guy. You know, you don't care. We're, you know, it's, you know, overall their packages blow up every week, but you know, you get bet 5 times a game and stuff on sharp stuff early. You know, like I said, I got it on screen when I see it. It's there, but like I said, I'm not on sports options, which I think a lot of these guys probably have.
Okay.
So it's on Don Best, but you know, it's just, you know, you get to see a lot of stuff real early. Sometimes it's real beneficial to me. I can bet, I can move the line, you know, try to trap a few guys and stuff. And, you know, you take and see what you see. You know who's who. It's not a secret. But like I said, I got access to so many different groups of guys here that I get to, you know, they might try to hide something, but I can see it in another account or another agent. You know, it's just nice to have access to a lot of stuff. I'm not going to name specific books. Stuff.
No.
Like,
yeah, sure.
You know, I got access to about 15 different credit operations, and it's you know, it's very beneficial to me.
Yeah. And so those are the credit shops that you're talking about when you refer to the sharp action.
Some are super sharp guys and some are super square guys. I'll give you an example. That Oklahoma State Texas game I talked about, right, 8.5. I had 100,000 on a game minus 9 and 10.
Really?
They won by 12, but you know, that's exactly what, you know. It's just that's just a for instance.
All right. Well, I hope that at least partially answers the questions, and if it doesn't, please SBR posters fire away with whatever else you'd like to know, and we'll ask them.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah,
I'll do the best I can. I know you can't please everybody. All gamblers are very suspicious, and they don't believe. They believe what they want to believe and what they've read and been told about certain books, and people copy lines and all this nonsense, and people I move on air. A lot of books do. I love books that move on air.
I know I'm like that. I believe only what I want to believe.
Especially on these forums, you can literally show the guy the body. He's not going to believe it's dead.
Yep.
Believe me.
That's the way I am, and that's the way I'm going to be for the rest of my life. So, you know, I just accept it. Yeah. All right. So Monday Night Football, the Chiefs are a 3-point underdog. Who are you going to need? I'm assuming you're getting pounded with Chargers money. Public.
Yeah. I'm going to need the Chiefs pretty good. It looks like, and it's just, you know, not much you can do. You know, 3.5 out of the question. The sharp guys swept it up, even though, you know, that's the only way you're going to get any money back. 3 minus 20 or minus a quarter might not do it. I'm not going to worry about it.
And what about the total? You're going to need under again?
Right now, very close. Need under a little bit. Yeah, I probably get more over money going towards game time, so I'll need under, I'm sure.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Doc. I guess that's about it for this week, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Thanks a lot, Peter.
All right.